These were the best highlights from today's LEC matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say, okay. See you on the next one.
Seen it in the LPL, but I still think like trying to get into those positions is going to be really tough, where you are essentially just getting annihilated, right? Flashing in from the Antonio, an ult coming in from Juhan. Like, there are very few people that can really set you up. But bot side,
it's a good interrupt though. Ignar actually outplayed Trimby's engage and outplays it again. Jankos is out, but now Patrick with no summoners left, it might not be enough. Brand comes into fruition, the Gravitum as well. An easy first blood right where they need it.
Double crab into a bot lane gank from Jankos. Really good stuff though. Slow CS lead. I want to highlight how this isn't normal. Usually it's very much a Kennen favorite matchup, as most matchups are as the ranged into the melee.
Nice.
And yet Wunder is winning.
Lane to play.
And look at Jankos in the minimap. He's like, ooh, that looks tasty. He immediately starts to run up towards the top side. I mean, even if you don't get the play onto the Antonio, which may still happen.
Yeah, he has to ult for the wave at the very least. You could argue that ult is going to be useful, but never mind, he TPs away, and Wunder won't be able to do anything about it, but at least the wave's gone. But
you're still in position for Rift Herald if you wanted to as Heretics. So you still got a ton of options here. So that's a major win for Heretics. Sure, you lose the Dragon, but an Ocean Dragon isn't the worst. Now, hang on.
Sneaky. I mean, Blackett flashing to the left was a good play. Nature's Grasp will follow him though, and as he puts the turret down, he's got Gravitum, but it won't slow them down. It won't even stop them in place. He tries to outplay it, and a good grasp at the important situation. But Juhan still ends up taking him down.
Yeah, take a look at the other side of the map. Wunder is one-shotting his turrets. The Antonio is having a really rough time this game, having to ult multiple waves to be able to stay alive, thinking that he's potentially going to get cross-map and dove on, and having to TP out. It's been absolutely miserable. Wunder putting on Clinic here, down in the bot side dive though. Yeah, Flackett with his chakrams trying to make it work, but at the very least, they get the bot lane tower with Jackies.
The first turret trade does go to the top side first for Wunder, more importantly. I mean, this Aatrox is going to be a dream. 17
potentially get collapsed on.
A lot of movement speed in that Brand as well. I mean, he's sprinting up here as Wunder gets the first early trade as well for the inner turret. You can see that GIANTX are also trying to match as well, but the Herald will be placed on down. Flackett with his wave clear and the right gun timing makes it easy, but Nature's Grasp comes out. Wunder goes too far forward, has to flash. Solar Flare stops the advance from GIANTX, but a bit of a mistake here from Wunder as he now has to burn the Summoner.
I mean, you'll take those GIANTX. It's like, cool, you don't really get a tower. Oh, well, you get tower, mid-tower, I suppose, is kind of their backup answer, but at least the position being able to control top tier 2 is nice, but I think they needed to leave someone here to try and defend mid-turret, because the fact that you don't end up getting the protection there means that essentially that Rift Herald still ends up with a win when it could have been controlled.
Yeah, the only problem is, like, if you don't overextend numbers versus Rift Herald and 3 grubs, you could potentially lose tier 2, and that's just so much gold. So they sacrifice mid-tower, which is a really big sacrifice in and of itself, and give a bunch of gold over to the Corki, but Jackie's now.
Oh, he's caught out. He's
TP
too far forward.
well.
And again, you just talked about it. There's no turret there. Ulti just burnt Jankos with a freebie, and Spyro gets a kill. I mean, bit of a mistake, and man, classic Jackies at this point. This dude in mid-game loves to get caught out.
It's kind of been a specialty, and I mean, you can hear GB on the desk talk about it as well. This has kind of been the downfall of GIANTX, it's just people getting caught out when they really shouldn't be, but there's the play.
All in into Patrick as well. Flackett ultis, but he's been exhausted. The trade almost. The last auto connects, so a 1-for-1. Now for GIANTX, they run away because Spyro's in, but man, the GIANTX bottom lane, I gotta respect
behind
that.
the Antonio though.
And now I respect this, don't I? The all on in, and onto Spyro, he does a lot of damage, but it's still not enough. There's Jankos to save the day. The thoughts are good, but in the end, Team Heretics are just getting too much in return.
And it's just a disaster for GIANTX across the board. They die up topside in Jackies, and they try to make a play mid. It feels like desperation. It fails. Ignar commits the... just enemy getting hit by it. But the thing is, though, Trimby can just tank it. They still get the Dragon anyway, as Team Heretics don't seem in position to get it. They seem really intent on getting that tier 2 up topside, constantly committing numbers.
Been waiting forward. This is a Baron start. I was waiting. They're standing in front. Let's see how they go.
Zwyro's TP is almost off cooldown there. Double 80 carry plus a Maokai with the Andrews. That's a decent amount.
TP first, so.
Of damage. Yeah, Zwyro's TP should be up now, so he can join as well. This is fast.
In. I mean, with Lucian in now, it definitely will be, but Trimby, Jankos here, it's going to be flipped at this rate at 3.5k. It's still being taken down. Team Heretics take the leash. Wunder, though, just gets shredded. Jackies comes in and the Antonio gets the backline. Team Heretics were torn apart. The Baron never de-aggroed, and the Baron take turn to turn. Turn back to a genius move from GIANTX.
GX set up a beautiful trap there for Heretics. They'd already gotten that ward.
He's kind of found his place too, assimilating to a roster that was pulled apart a bit with Peach leaving, with Odo leaving as well.
It also just feels like a lot of trust. It's, hey, look, we know that this person is going to do the job that we need them to do in this situation. Like, Juhan understanding, as you say, what his role is in a team fight. How is Ignar going to create space for the back line? And it has worked absolutely fantastically, but now Jankos, they're going to need to get out of here. Should be able to escape towards his mid lane.
Now the question is, how much can they get off of this? The tier 2 up top side looks juicy. Trimby's going to tank this.
Yeah, he will tank it, but it just depends. I don't think Ignar wants to go in, but does he? Under Trimby gets shredded. Double 80 carries do one thing well, and that is burn down tanks as Antonio just solo kills Spyro. Ignar's going to be the trade-off though, and Wonder gets a reset, so he starts flapping his wings as Jackie's is now isolated for the time being. Good little relentless pursuit back, and Wonder can't chase anymore, but it's still a winning trade with GIANTX getting 2.
The Antonio's like, I can't let Hysterix down. I need to step up and get
exactly what he said, David. Exactly.
Look, he's found a couple of different picks. Have lost that small timing window. Blackett has red-white. But the vision to spot out where the members of GX are isn't quite there. It's really shallow, and the Antonio has flash, so you need to be quick on this exhaust, Trimby.
And that's such a game-changing wall as well. You flash over, especially in that narrow point where Team Heretics are now, you can end the game.
They've gotten good vision now. This has forced the Antonio to group, and if you can go front to back, it's easier for Heretics.
They know he's there. Nate just grasps his there as well onto the Dragon. It is eventually taken by GIANTX, but over the wall they try and zone off the Antonio's. Randolph flies through, but Wonder jumps in early again. Antonio! And the Antonio shocks him in all. Now the front to back changes hands as the Antonio gets poked on out, and yes, Blackett has damage, and so does Fyro as he pokes through and finds something. Even with 2 members left alive, the health bars of GIANTX are low. They have to leave, but remember, they picked up threat as Team Heretics try to come back to this top turret.
You see though on the bottom side, Jackie's is going to try and trade it, so Heretics commit a lot of members towards that top side, and I believe Jackie should be able to get that on the bot lane. So you end up in a position where, at least the moment you are still trading, which isn't the worst when you're still waiting here for GIANTX.
Disengage before his teammates get poked out, and that puts a lot of pressure on him. Trimby, he has to find the engages in the next team fight. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to play with the low health bars.
If you see Antonio on top side, you can't pull the trigger, and Trimby does.
I mean, he does indeed. He's just going to get burnt down, though. What were they expecting? Team Heretics maybe getting desperate as the TP comes out in the meantime. The Antonio might just get a free one as he rolls in, and a 3-man knockup sets it up, and that's just that, isn't it? Team Heretics now against the wall, and GIANTX, this culmination of a year, is looking red hot to move forward.
And I understand the idea from Trimby. It's the Antonio's pushing top. They don't have any wards in behind us. Maybe this is the moment, but he flashes and ends up Xenoblading so far forward.
Yeah.
No one is in position to follow, and immediately he gets his legs cut out from underneath him. And the rest of Heretics soon follow. Now GIANTX are going to run down mid, get that top tower as well. And this feels like a GIANTX taking game 1.
Yeah, tier 2's up top side, tier 2 mid as well. Now all is left to crack open the bed.
A lot of people at home will really understand.
I think it's also, I mean, the pressure of this could be it. Like, you need to make it happen, and Jackie is making it happen.
Active for game 1, it is, isn't it? The Antonio again, shocking Fyro. I think he has a personal vendetta against that guy's Wonder. Tanks and drains, but then can't drain any more tanks. At the end, GIANTX have 1 member left standing in their way. A base to crack and a game to clean up now.
And it's all going down the drain for Heretics. They can't keep control of this Blackett. Needs to be a 1-man army, but everyone has abandoned him, and GIANTX are just going to crush through.
Ulti comes through, Blackett, a shield is there. Aragon, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
I know. You're just going to tell me that it's over, aren't you? Because GIANTX, as they crush through game number 1, they're going to date with Destiny, move to match point.
Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LEC matchup.
Maybe choose to fight it. Brand has no flash.
GX has the option to take this fight later now. If
Kai'Sa is coming mid. Kai'Sa is opening mid. Maybe they'll look for a late fight.
Yeah, if they take this,
I guess they're just done by the time.
If they take this top, if they take this
again
top.
Oh, he's dead. Well played.
Come on, give it a little.
Well played!
Oh, first one!
Oh my god, the Antonio with the EQ combo.
Well, that's not really the combo, you know.
It's actually in the jungle, like Johan is going really
right
aggressive.
now with Corki being 0 mana, I feel like this whole map's control is in control.
Can he just go for him here?
Probably.
Oh.
Azul. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. It looked like a bit like a combo that I would do at my age, you know, but
nice windwall blocks the spells. That was just well played.
Clean.
That was just well played. Yeah,
oh, but Trimby's coming.
Flash. Oh,
flash kill.
Oh, Corki gets a kill with the rockets. No, he doesn't.
No,
oh wait, Corki is dead. Wait, Corki's trolling. Oh my god, Corki just flashed in. No way, he's not trolling. Oh my god, he's not trolling. He's smurfing. This is really hard. Nice try by Yasuo getting out. Man, casting is really hard when you're like Flagger Master the Slam of what is happening on the screen.
Man, I will set the narrative here. Great trade for Team Heretics because I think this whole fight was actually better for Team Heretics, given the fact that Corki was stuck in lane with 0 mana, no control whatsoever. And right now, GX, I think, overreached a little bit by going for that fight instead of holding on for this river control that they had and holding the Drake, because the game state was really good for him. But now we have a fight in the top lane.
Gank?
This happens here on top lane when you're like suffering from success a bit too much. The ganking is happening. But what is Wonder doing? Is this going to be the one too?
Wonder gonna do? No, he's not going. Oh my god, I can't focus.
It was really optimistic, but
I respect all the
I want to have to be in LEC.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hysterics, do I hear you? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead,
Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Well, that was a great start. Welcome. Yeah, that was a really good start to the cast. Perks, yeah, Perks is something else. Perks is something else, man.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, God. All right, well,
dive here, though.
thanks to the three of them. Yeah, let's set it up again. Apparently, we have newfound respect as the setup there for Ignite. He can't move, and he's just dead. And Team Heretics get something bot. That's nice. Now, I feel like we need to kind of just help summarize what's been going on in the early game.
That was very disrespectful. It becomes really difficult for Heretics to not end up in a position where you clump up and give that setup, and no exhaust onto Trimby means that follow-up could be devastating.
Especially in Proto Belt as well. Juhan got his first item before anyone else in the game right now as well. So with that gap close and level 6 available, past that of course is onto Trimby. That might be the first target. The targeting there, and the moon will fall indeed, but Juhan gets arrowed up. There's no follow-up, and with the brand ulti as well, it's going bad for GIANTX. Onto Ignite, the flash roll from Yankos secures the kill, and not only that, Juhan dies to the right of our screen. Another Winter's Bite, a last breath, because that's all you can fathom right now. But GIANTX are choking right now too. Team Heretics ripped them apart, and that went from horrible to absolutely devastating for Giant. 15 seconds. He gets it in, he walks away, he doesn't overplay it as Flacken and Yankos move towards mid. With the grub spawning as well, that's going to be mid-turret. Nice and early, his first turret. You don't see that much here still.
He's in the other bush.
Okay, Juhan, next one.
Oh, he definitely got spotted.
Yankos. Oh, dear Lord. TP, though, and he's going to make the play anyway, but the arrow comes out. GIANTX just want to get out of there, but remember, they got the Antonio coming from behind, but the wall is up. A searing charge is good, but he has to flash away as well. GIANTX, what are we doing? We're crumbling, that's what, but under turret, maybe. The counter engage from Ignara is good as the whirlwind comes through, and Jackie's ulti's been exhausted. That means he does no damage. He's just whittled down. GIANTX have to run for their lives because this turret won't be safe anymore. They just got caught with their trousers down again.
It's pure chaos in the bottom lane. Everyone is throwing everything in the kitchen sink at each other and just hoping that something sticks. It is Heretics, though, that finally let the damage land, and now they will be able to turn over towards the dragon.
Yeah, it was a huge back and forth with the exhaust coming down onto Yasser, onto Jackie's ultimate. Jackie's in this kind of composition. How you want to play it is you want to play for the dive, secure the kills onto the enemy, and play because you have so much burst with that numbers advantage afterwards, and you win the fight.
Team Heretics already getting damage down thanks to the 6 grubs. Flacken and Trimby are moving in as well, and some of these arrows have been exceptional. Flacken gears up for another as Trimby on this from sets up. The combo's out, and Antonio gets sent skyward. He's just dead. Beautiful chain CC, and with the Herald out as well, this is going to keep going to the inhibitor turret.
But this is also great from Heretics. One of the big criticisms we had of Heretics was, don't wall it into the wall, was that you're going to, that they end up screwing up their mid game because they aren't decisive. They don't really know where they want to try and achieve things.
Especially with this Corki now at 2 items as well. Muramana is short to come. Or at least short to come, rather, as Team Heretics move up towards the top side. There's an outer turret left remaining. The Antonio is bot, and that TP is coming from him. They're going to set up for a team fight. Aragon, what have you said? There's the engagement. The arrow! Brilliant from Blackett. Wonder goes on in the meantime. Nobody's tanking it up. He's staying alive. He survived for so long. But now as they look for the Antonio, I'm still in question. I'm still in doubt, and Trimby is going to break it all out. There's the win that comes through eventually, and Team Heretics regain control. Well done again, and I think Blackett deserves respect.
The target selection on GX was off, though. As you go in, you immediately get the knock-up, so Jackie's goes, right, I'm going to try and just kill Wonder, but Juhan not really realizing that the ultimate already been used. Flash dives in onto the back line, but there's no follow-up, so he ends up dying, and the whole team fight starts to fall.
Because again, the gold leads are out of this world. Mid 2K, bot 2K. Of course, match of the week coming up with KC and MDK. Right after this is, look, Flackett, I'm just saying that arrow was brilliant as you, okay, again, boy, has to get the Proto Belt out of there. Winter's Bite, fantastic as well. And remember, with this brand, there's no way to go but in, so Juhan thinks, well, I'm dead. And either way, nothing happens because of it as Jackie's now chases well. Yankos, he's feeling it, and they're not going down without a fight.
Again, though, it's great position on the map from Heretics. They just end up finding that moment.
Right now is the dive and the engage that GIANTX want to keep drafting versus the disengage and the want for them to come into for Team Heretics. Aatrox and Braum and
GIANTX now, they're trying to set up in these chokes where maybe you can find transition into that, but Heretics are now already transitioned to the top tower, and that's going to be gone, and GIANTX with Trimby marking, Ignar can't get into this.
No flashes like we're saying, right? That's the thing. You can't flash away from a Diana into a Yasuo or W on that Baron. They're very scared of the rush coming down. You see all that vision control. They don't know if this started up or not. There's another one.
Arrow comes through for the team that, again, this year we've been questioning quite a lot. You can see the bottom of your screen where we get the engage that comes through. The Antonio might be called out. He flashes away. No Bellows breath until now to buffer it out. But the edge, the last breath, maybe for Team Heretics if they can pull off this impossible. But no! The AoE, the damage, the explosion. Team Heretics laugh at that engage. They're too damn far ahead.
That was so well played by Trimby, managing to block so much of the follow-up coming through from Patrick, being able to get into position and that exhaust.
A lot of these 80 carries in the meta and a lot of range that negates so much.
And also the fact you got double AoE, heal, shields, get you out of dodge on that Braum as well.
Yeah, that's not good.
I think the beauty of last game when it came to GIANTX was their ability to change the composition as...
Juhan is dead. Aragon, you may continue your point because that guy is dead.
So the way that they adapted was they pivoted to poke Maokai.
Yep.
And then they could outrange rather than having to rely on pure dive with the Kai'Sa.
Right.
And then they had AP Kai'Sa coming online, and that circumvented the need to dive. But I think that might be all she wrote as they go into the base here. They haven't got the Kai'Sa AP win condition online.
This was an absolute stomp. As the last engage is there, I mean, it's good. It's the last breath. The Horn comes through as well. But the Braum ult is up. It denies a lot. Wonder gets knocked up, though, in front of a turret. But still, you wonder, can Team Heretics fall at this point? The Grub's enlarged, in charge, and ready to go forward with Team Heretics blasting down the base. And the Nexus just open season for now. It was the best GIANTX could offer, but this game was Team...
Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LEC matchup.
Large monsters and champions, so cooldown keeps ticking down. You get it again. That's why her clear can be really obnoxious and really quick, as we see on the screen with the CS difference.
I mean, the really involved in a lot of the meta, it was kind of this fringe pick that still you'd see Canyon bring it every so often, but
hang on a minute. This is a really good gank timer from Jankos. He doesn't have level 6, but with the shove back, Jackie's only just gets that. Jankos flashed for that. His flash now down, and Jackie's, excuse me, doesn't burn a thing.
Nerves of steel, they're not flashing away. I thought he was going to flash away from the rock so then he could dash away to safety, but he holds it.
Oh, Jankos as well. I mean, look, at least you lose the flash there and it feels bad, but you get a grub, you deny all three.
Oh, doesn't quite clip it, but at least does get the job done, which was to interrupt. Well, all he wanted to do was just stop Jackie's from resetting because he has to teleport to get it back into lane, so he gets that. Juhan gets Jankos,
the shackles are out for the time being. I mean, this could be good with the Soul Siphon. The cooldown's already back on up, and now that the Tormented Shadow is sitting underneath, all you need is a binding, but Ignat does it for him. The Shattering Strike, and GIANTX off to a cracking start.
Juhan on this Morgana showing us why he's picking as the engage continues. But the level 5 to 6 from Jankos in. But again, with the Morgana jungle, you're just cycling your camps consistently and eventually playing for that huge lead in terms of farm.
And that's why I think there are windows, though, where GIANTX can try and punish, like you. Oh, actually, maybe not right now, though.
There is the flash again on Trimby. This time, the Alistar's in this series have been willing to pull the trigger, so is this Vi jungle. But Ignat is taking up a lot of damage, and Juhan's now here. A binding that lands is good, but again, not enough for now. Soul Siphon helps get that Tormented Shadow down once more, but you can see Team Heretics are happy with the trade.
Nicely done by Heretics. You can see Trimby stepping up, making sure that he was in range. And I think the way GIANTX want to try and play the mid game right now is more like a hit and run style, right? Like, see if you can get Patrick.
Got him.
Oh, hang on, Juhan.
But for the binding, I mean, the Black Shield goes out, but Jankos is going to wait for that. He flashes away because that second skin would launch it up. And now with no Black Shield, he's an easy target. Great patience from Team Heretics, and even finding Ignat on the chase through as he flashes over the wall. Team Heretics pull the go button, and they go well.
They find a nice pick onto the Morgana. Juhan had to flash away because he was scared of that Kai'Sa W popping a shield into the Vi ultimate. Still managed to find the pick on Juhan. That's going to convert nicely into a second dragon.
But this is where, again, I think Heretics right now are like in a really strong situation where they've got like great pick potential with Jankos and Spyro in that combo, like Flakka able to follow up. They are really good when it comes to these early skirmishes, so I don't think you want to try and play for them. You should be playing for arrows like this. Where Jackie's done as well.
But he still gets the ulti out, which means movement speed, so Flash comes through. Jackie for the trade. The arrow is good, and yes, it does indeed The Antonio still won't set up. This wave and turret are still going to be dropping down.
Stops the resets on both, though. Yanko's now in a bit of a precarious situation, so I think GIANTX try to see if maybe they can go for the tier 2 on top, but I don't think it's enough to make sure that they're starting this before they continue to lose out on the map.
Yeah, and it all hinges on that pick potential of Team Heretics. Can they find the pick, the single target burst of the Vi and the Talia combo with Flacket diving in?
We're really going to decide the game here. Turret goes down top, and you can see Wonder standing still because he wants a TP in for the game. The Weaver's wall is out. Call the Forge God doesn't connect on the other side. Trimmy goes into the engage. The dive from Flacket. The kinematics is there finally, but on the back end, Yankos is dead. GIANTX open up the kill, and Wonder now comes in late, but he's getting whittled down. He gets one as he flashes on top of Patrick, but getting burnt down. The XD comes in, and Patrick's flash was incredible. He gets on out as Flacket on the back end has to run for his life. The Dark Binding doesn't connect, but a disconnected fight from Team Heretics.
Yeah. Like, this is an elimination game for both these sides. Season finals is not even guaranteed for the winner, but at least it puts you in a significantly better spot. And now Heretics are in position to threaten the tier 2. The Antonio just ulting to clear the wave and buy a little bit more time for Jackies.
Mitigating any damage on this tower, not being able to use the grubs as well. Flacket.
No way, he's slowed down. I mean, with approach velocity and the burn almost killing him. Flacket gets out, but he's taken to an inch of his life as GIANTX kite back. Team Heretics have top control. They're into fog of war right now. Ignar has to be careful. He runs in and maybe getting caught out here ain't what you want. Ignar drops on down. You knew Team Heretics were there. Mistake after mistake, really deciding the year.
And you have Jackies down in bot side trying to take farm, consistently counter jungling. You could just play with him in the side lane and play safe and not die, and that way he's getting consistently fed. The AD carry soloing it out.
That's big, right?
That's the thing. GIANTX have great turning tools, but they're not pulling it off. They managed to get a flash out of Yankos, but that's it. It's not enough.
And now the dance is done. Heretics got the dragon. They're basically up towards the tier 2. Heretics, they need to find the engage.
Yeah, look at the flank ward behind. There's a ward that Wonder can TP to if he wants to.
Oh man, he's going to use the Hex Gate for now. At least Yankos is the one who's going to do the flanking, but GIANTX looking for the turn. They're not hitting the Baron anymore. Call the Forge God is there. Weaver's wall as well. Yankos buffs it with his own ulti. The Daity's there from Flacket, but he gets knocked up. The Antonio and yet another team fight. Bops heads. Jackies gets over the wall. Meanwhile, Wonder comes in, but gets rooted up. Team Heretics again, another team fight where they're here, they're there, and now nowhere as the Baron returns.
And just like that, Heretics find themselves down against GIANTX in their decider. Getting the TP coming back in from Jackies. Spyro desperately trying to keep GIANTX away from this Baron.
As GIANTX are quite low, but again, Jackies TP'd in. Trimby has to engage. There's not much hope for good side pick shot, but Jackies finds a kill. Trimby without his ulti that was burned before will drop to a double. Low on the Baron, GIANTX may have kept their dreams in playoffs alive.
It's just 7 seconds until that one comes back up and available. I thought he was just going to go over the wall on towards Jackies, but they're able to force back Heretics once again and deny Soul from Heretics.
Heretics under so much pressure. Look at the top wave as well. It's absolutely stacked. The snipe tries to come in for that steal. You can see kind of the poke win condition of Flacket coming through as well, but it isn't quite there in time for that fight, and now the Baron Siege is here.
I mean, the Siege, you said, it's going to be painful. Mid finally drops after both teams been hitting Aram for the past, what, 10, 15 minutes as well. We've been sitting there watching as the push and pull is finally over. 4K gold lead, and Baron's side lane is nasty for GIANTX.
But this is where you get to abuse that little bit of extra range you have with the Morgana.
And dusted Jackies 4 items on this carry. They can go back and catch that top wave if they want to, or they can keep barreling it down.
A quick double AD carry. I mean, getting a smart move. Are you going to sacrifice it for the soul? 5 seconds, it's still spawning. Baron goes down.
They can rush it down.
How long will it take? I mean, Dragon Soul is huge, but Team Heretics arrow flies through. Flacket gonna get hit here. He doesn't cleanse, he holds on. The Weaver's Wall zones him off, and Team Heretics, in their dying moment, still find a way to breathe. Soul is forever.
To get out, though.
Baron is temporary.
Can they get out here? The TP comes through. Nash for Soul is always Soul favored. Let's see if they can fight.
I mean, Trimby has ult, has flash to get away. Antonio! He flashes, but so Jackies does as well. He flies through, he electrocutes, he finds a breathing light in the middle of the fight, and Wonder comes in late. But man, with a quadra kill out when they needed him most, as much as Patrick is a scumbag for taking it, Jackies flies.
I don't think GIANTX will care. Patrick, and with Jackies having that play, may have just guaranteed themselves season finals.
It's crazy that one moment decided it all. They gave over the soul so that they could continue in the summer playoffs.
These were the best highlights from today's LEC matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say, okay. See you on the next one.